The Telltale Heart. Edgar Allan Poe. Characters: a boy, narrator, killer, old man, killed by the boy, neighbor, called the police, 3 police, who caught the boy. Theme: madman can control himself very well and acts naturally. Summary: The Telltale Heart is a psychological story based on the desire of the narrator of the story. The narrator kills an old man and confesses to the policeman, but still he tries to prove that he is not mad. He claims that crazy people cannot tell their story calmly. In the story, the narrator tells us how he murdered the old man, how the idea developed in his mind and how he committed the action, and finally why he confessed his crime to the policeman. The narrator and the old man lived in the same house. Every time they met, they talked in a friendly way. He loved the old man. The old man had also remained very kind and friendly to the narrator. But the writer hated the old man's vulture eyes and his looks. For an unknown reason, the old man's cloudy, pale blue eye created madness in him. Thus, he thought of getting himself rid of the old man's eye by murdering him. So, making up his mind to murder the old man, he would get up at midnight and enter into the old man's room. For the past 7 nights, he tried to gain courage to get into the room and murder him. But he could not bring himself to kill the man without seeing his evil eyes. On the 8th night, he was there again to kill the old man. He entered the old man's room quietly, opening the door and lighting the lantern to its minimum so that the tiny ray of light would pass to see the old man's vulture eyes. Then suddenly he tapped the lantern and the old man sprang up and cried, "Who's there?" The narrator immediately became furious at the vulture eye. But soon he heard the beating of the heart so loud that he feared the neighbors would hear it. With a yell, he leapt into the room and killed the old man, pressing the bed over him. Despite the murder, he continued to hear the old man's constant heartbeat. After the murder, the narrator dismembered, cut into pieces the corpse and hid the body parts beneath the planks. He then cleaned and brushed the room in such a way that there wasn't even a drop of blood left behind. By then it was 4 in the morning. He heard a knock on the door. To his surprise, he found 3 policemen standing at the gate. They had come as a routine work to investigate the shout the neighbor had reported. The narrator invited them to search the premises. He explained that it was his shriek due to the bad dream and the old man was out of the town. The officers were satisfied but not ready to leave. Soon the sound of the heartbeat resumed, and he became unable to stand it and confessed the crime.